with the new year just around the corner, there is this pressure to make vision boards and make everything aesthetic and just truly start planning your goals so that you start off the new year with a bang. What if I told you, though, there was a way that you can make everything easier, everything simpler, and still accomplish your goals, but a lot more affordable? Let me introduce you to the index card vision board, which is what I'm going to be going over today. But if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the bell so you know when I send out one of my videos, and let's get into my index card vision board. So you're probably wondering, what is an index card vision board? It is just that. You are still creating a vision board, you're still setting goals, but you are going to be doing them in a manner where you have them more private and to yourself. So you're going to be using index cards to pretty much plan out your next year, and this video is going to go through the step-by-step of how you're going to do that, and also the benefits of using an index card over making a vision board. Okay, so starting off, one of my favorite things about index card vision boards is literally all you need is an index card and a pen. These are things you most likely have in your house, especially if you're a student like me. I love using index cards for everything. So let's talk about why especially this works. And we're going to talk about like benefits, because there are so many benefits to using index cards over a regular vision board. Vision boards in general have benefits. First off, it's affordable, it's flexible, it's portable, which is because it's small and compact. You achieve your goals easier, and it's also easier to replace. So these are the overall benefits that I'm going to go over. First off, you have it's easier to replace. Vision board, if you are not achieving one goal, you have to throw away your whole vision board and remake it. Index card vision boards, you don't like one specific one, you throw it in the trash, that's the end, and you make a new one. The second thing, it's easier to achieve your goals because you are constantly going to be reviewing these, and it's private. Not everyone's going to be seeing these. These are things that you're going to go over, and you're going to study them like they are flashcards, because that way, if you're ingraining it in your mind, you're instilling those goals into your day-to-day life. So this is one of the goals that I achieved, which is do a room makeover, and you guys saw it. If you're new here, I will link the video in the eye. But those are one of my things that I love about index card vision boards. Another thing is it's flexible and portable. A lot of people like to travel with their vision boards. I've literally seen movies of people like, the type A person trying to travel with their vision board. It doesn't work out. Although, if you love to travel with your goals and you like to review them, this is a lot easier because it's small and compact and you can take it with you on the go. If you are going to like a goal setting sesh as well, it's just a lot easier. And my last, but certainly not least, is it is affordable. You can get whatever pen you want to use. You most likely have a pen at work, at home, whatever that you can use. And index cards are literally 50 cents. So this is not going to break the bank. This is completely customizable. If you decide to break the bank, that is up to you. Vision boards, I think the whole premise is you need a poster board, and then you need pictures. And don't get me wrong, I used to make vision boards and I loved it. But of course, I would be spending a lot of money that I did not have. So those are the overall benefits. And to start off, let's break this down into categories. So I'm going to talk about categories that you can use to make your goals. First off, you can use personal, school, health, finances, and your dream life. All of these goals you can use to categorize what you want to achieve, or you can do like me, which is yearly versus core goals. Your core goals are the ones that in your life you're working towards every single day, versus your yearly goals, which is like this year you're planning your year. So I'm breaking up these goals into these categories. This is my old vision board, and I'm putting them in each one of the categories, which is like personal life, money, finances, health, things like that. And I'm figuring out what goals I actually like made and what I actually achieved, and narrowing down from based on those categories. You should not have a billion different goals because you're not going to achieve them at the end of the day. So stick to maybe one, I would say 3-4 at max every year. This way you have a small range of things that you're actually going to work for, and that way you actually achieve your goals, versus having like, again, a vision board where you have all your goals kind of plastered and you don't really know like what you're working towards. So it's time for my favorite part, which is the setup. Here are a bunch of different index cards you can use to show that you have different colors, different shapes, whatever you want to do. Here are the supplies I'm going to be using. I have scissors, I have index cards, I have the actual photos I want to use, I have glue tape and glue, and then I also have pens and highlighters. Again, the only thing you really need is pens and an index card. You can make it my favorite thing about it, you can make it as extravagant or as minimal as you want it to be, which is why it's kind of like a vision board, because you can do the same thing with the vision board. My first step is actually an optional one. I have never done this before, but it's a cover card. So essentially I'm just writing down, like, you can either write a quote or you can write something like your motto for the year. Mine is let them and let me, because I read the let them theory and I just loved the whole theory. So I decided to put that as my cover card. Next is cutting pictures out. So I like to add pictures just to visually see what I want to achieve, and then when I'm studying them, it just makes it more satisfying, in my personal opinion. So if you're a visual learner, add the photo in, but again, you don't need them. If you are balling on a budget, you don't need the photo. You literally just need an index card and then a pen. That's all you need, or writing utensil or a pencil if you're starting off that simple. The next step is also optional. It's gluing. If you don't have pictures, you don't need to do this step. But again, these are my steps of what I'm doing. And then after I glue, I like to write down the goal. If you don't have photos like me, you can literally just write down the goal. You can write down quotes you want to live by. You can, again, categorize them and then put different goals in different categories. You can have in between, like, markers, I guess you can say, dividers. And that's up to you. An optional step that I decided to do this year is write my action steps to my goals in the back, because I realized that I haven't been actually accomplishing my goals last year. I only accomplished one. So I decided to write down all the action steps so that I can actually do it. And then you just rinse and repeat. This is my favorite part because it's not super time consuming and it won't take you as long as a vision board. But how do I use them, or how do you use them in general? You are going to study these, as I mentioned, like they are flashcards. You want to instill and ingrain these goals into your mind. Just writing them down actually helps, because instead of, cutting out pictures and everything and making it aesthetic, you're going to be writing them down so that you can actually accomplish these goals. So you're going to study them. I've seen some people actually use them. You pick a couple, like 1 or 2 cards each day, and you try to work towards them. Another thing you can do, like I did, is write down the action steps. Again, as I mentioned, I didn't achieve all the goals I wanted to last year. So this year, I'm actually going to use that. So studying them like flashcard is going to actually ingrain them in your mind. You can do quarterly updates, weekly updates, whatever works for you. But how did this in general just change my life? I actually feel like I accomplished my goals because, like I said, I'm reviewing these goals all the time. The thing that I fell into the trap of this year is that I didn't put them in a place where I visually can see them. I just hid them in one of my cabinets, so then I wasn't studying them. But in years past, when I actually did study them, I actually accomplished my goals because I'm like, oh shoot, the things that I'm doing right now in my life or the habits I'm instilling are not actually working for me. It also saved a lot of time, as I mentioned in my setup when I used to do vision boards, and it caused a lot of less stress because I wasn't so worried about making it overly aesthetic or just overly extravagant. I wanted something a little bit more minimal, and this is a lot easier because, again, you don't actually need the photos. And again, it's a lot of less pressure because if I don't accomplish a goal or I'm mid-year and I don't like the goal that I created in the beginning of the year, again, I can just throw it out and create a new one. And that's just a lot easier because it's more gentle, it's clearer, it's more calm. It's not like a vision board where you have it plastered. And another thing is I like it to be private. So these goals, I'm showing you a couple, but I didn't show you all of them because goals are very private, they're personal. And that's completely up to you what you want to share with people and goals that you want to share. So one of them, save $5,000, that's changes for everyone. Another goal I have is to read 26 books. This is an example because I have read 26 books. On the back, I have all of my action steps. So if you want to do this too, you can do that. And then I also have read 3 Spanish books. So then I have my action steps on the back of that. My personal categories are I like having yearly goals, and then I have core goals. So my core goals, I do think I need to change them a little bit in the upcoming years. But these are things that are constantly changing. So again, I can throw out, I decided I want to become a high school Spanish teacher. That is still relevant to me today. But if I was to change my major in college, which I'm still in college, then I can throw out that actual card and not worry about, I'm not I have to remake this whole vision board. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you in some way. I personally love my index card vision board system. I don't know what to call it because it's not really a vision board, but if you're going to try this out, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you would put on your index card vision board if you want to share. So make sure to subscribe to the bell so you know when I send more videos, and stay tuned until next Sunday's video because I promise you guys it will be an amazing one. Bye, angels.